Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Vic.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. Hey, let me turn one thing off. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
How's my sound? Can you hear me well?
Sounds good to me. How
Okay.
about mine?
Yours is perfect.
Good.
Genius.
Good.
Genius.
Check one thing. See if what the audio looks like. Check. I think that should be good.
Your
Hey,
camera
hey,
looks amazing. What you're using for?
Okay. It's a Canon camera. It's a Canon SL3.
Okay.
I'll show you. Hold on a second.
Do we have the same thing?
Yeah.
1 second. This is exactly what I'm using.
Oh, very nice. So you're using a DSLR camera as a web?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's
I've
very.
got a few of them. You see, there's one here. You probably can't see it too
Yeah, I
well.
see it. I see it.
I got another one up there.
Okay, different
That
angle.
one it's aimed at the whiteboard. So I go over and
I see.
when I move the bases out of the way, and then I can diagram on the whiteboard.
Got it.
And
You can switch. You have a switcher.
I do. I'm using this.
Nice.
So I can push the buttons and it gives me different cameras. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Now I just saw your.
So I got into that a while ago during the the beginning of the pandemic. A few of us knew we were going to be teaching online.
Yeah,
So we found better ways of doing it.
got it. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. How's everything?
Things are good. Very, very good. It's a fun time now. The kids are coming home from college and all of that for the holidays. So it's a good family time. My brother-in-law is here.
That's very good.
Good.
So, we were doing a lesson today, and today's topic is, I think it's one of your favorites. It's how to make the exercises more enjoyable so you don't get bored.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
telling Ellen a few years ago, you taught me, you actually gave me that idea, like for example, a simple chromatic scale, how to turn it into something enjoyable. So
Yeah.
I decided to, give you a call and ask like what your approach, because a lot of people are gonna watch the video, and I think it's a good idea to kind of expand this idea.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being included. Number one rule with practice is no smiling. You can't laugh. Hey, you're breaking the rules already, Alan. Hey, stop that.
He is.
Yeah. No, you're you're doing it right. You're doing everything right, and the proof is seeing how much Ellen is enjoying it. Not so much how fast she's improving, because that's also important, but more important is the enjoyment.
Right.
Because you can force someone into learning quickly, but they may not enjoy.
So we have to enjoy, but without smiling.
Well, I think, Ellen, you're smart enough to know that I'm joking. The more smiling, the better, and especially when they're honest smiles. You're really having fun, and a lot of us older people have forgotten how to do that.
So he didn't know.
Even when you make a mistake, Hovak hasn't forgotten. Your daddy hasn't forgotten. And I think you're doing a good job. Both of you are doing a good job at reminding the rest of us that we're supposed to be having fun at this. It's called playing music. It's not called working music. Right? We play the bass. We don't work the bass. So smiling is fun, and it's always good to figure out the way to bring the smile back. It's okay when the smile goes away. It's okay, but as long as it doesn't stay away.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you're doing it right,
Okay.
having fun.
So
But I will say this though, Hovak. For me, one of the main things about practice, for me, is making practice music, because our goal is to play music, especially when we're young. I haven't met many young people, including myself, that really enjoy practice. We enjoy playing.
right.
And what I've seen Ellen do, her practice is mostly playing.
Yeah.
Right? I hear her playing with musicians. She's playing with the band. Rather than sitting there and just saying your ABCs over and over. Right? How old are you, Ellen, now?
9.
9. Wow, you're getting old. You're going to be driving in a couple of months. You're going to be no, I'm kidding. It's nice you're so young. It's great.
I would like
Just
to.
keep no rush. No rush. Take your time. Be a kid. Be a full kid. A full grown or a full ungrown kid, as long as you can. But the cool thing is that even Ellen at 9 years old, she doesn't sit around saying the ABCs, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's done with. Right? You get better now by using the language.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the goal of the alphabet, or I should say the beauty of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, is using it out of order, not in order. That's where the growth is. That's where the exploration comes, is when you can mix up the letters. Music is the same. So in many cases, and I'm not saying this is bad, but in many cases we're told to just play scales over and over, and that's the way we practice. But that's as boring as it can get. Right? The beauty and the music is in taking the scales and making music with it. Like we take the alphabet and we make words so that we can express ourselves. Right? So a lot of the times when we practice over and over exercises, we run the risk of losing our expression. And it would be like a baby, like Ellen, a young, beautiful child, only learning how to talk by repeating what other people say rather than expressing herself.
Right.
Right? So the cool thing about Ellen is I hear her expressing herself on the bass. Right? Even when she's learning Earth, Wind, and Fire or something else, I hear her coming through. And to me, that's what keeps it fun, is that you get to explore who you are, not just learning about someone else. So I think Ellen is doing it right, where what I see is most of her practice is by playing.
Right.
She learns a bass line, but she plays it with the music. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful.
Except the parts that she needs to practice a little slower with the metronome just to get them right. But that's about it. I mean, most of the time she does like a slow practice, maybe for 10-15 minutes, and the rest is just playing with the track. And
right, well, you just said it right. 10-15 minutes. Even science now is starting to prove that instead of practicing for hours and hours, practice in shorter periods. Because what science is showing is that the brain doesn't remember things until you stop doing it.
Right.
So like if you go to Disney World, you don't remember being at Disney World while you're there. You remember this, right? You remember Disney World when you're not there. So that's the way the brain works. When we're doing all this stuff, we have to take breaks. Life is built that way. Whatever you enjoy, you have to stop it for a while so you can come back and enjoy it again. Ellen, one of my favorite foods is pizza. I love pizza.
And
I also love your mommy's cooking. Right? She makes some great food. But as much as I love pizza, if I have pizza 5 days in a row, I'm tired of pizza.
Right.
I need to take a break from it.
Right.
So that I can come back and enjoy it again.
So,
and life is built like that. Yes, Ellen.
So if we're taking a break and we take a break like 5 days in a row, I'm gonna get tired of a break.
You can get tired of a break too. Yeah.
And I'm gonna need
Yeah.
a break of doing work.
And you right. Yeah, I mean, you may not even want 5 days in a row, but 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes break, 30 minutes break, go do something else. Because the thing to remember, Ellen, is as much fun as playing bass is, you still have other parts of life that you enjoy. And I've seen you enjoying other parts of life. So you need to do that too, because you have to remember, playing music is not about playing music, right? When I hear you playing Earth, Wind, and Fire or all these great songs, those songs aren't about songs, right? When we're singing our favorite songs, the lyrics don't go, now we're playing a G and it goes to a C, and now we'll go up to the D, yeah, and now we're going to E flat. And that's a horrible sounding song. Right?
But I've heard a song like that before.
Right. But songs are about life, right? Do you remember? Right?
Yeah.
They're talking about memories. It's talking about you're a shining star no matter who you are. Songs are about life. And if all you do is practice, you have no life. So it's fun to get out and do things, take trips, play with friends, and do other things. And then when you come back to play music, you have something to talk about. But you practice so you can talk about it better. A lot of people think that I'm saying don't practice. But we need to practice. But I also think we need to play more. Right. In the same way, you didn't get good at talking by sitting in a room practicing.
By doing it.
Right? It's by doing it with people. So the more you play with people, the better. And I hear that you're doing that. Of course you are, because I know, even if I didn't know you and I heard you play, I would know that you're not just practicing by yourself. You're playing with music. You're playing with people. I can tell that.
Very wise, bro.
Very mind-blowing.
Thank you. Well, the other thing too, Hovak, with you and your wife, Ellen has music in her DNA. And that's a good thing, meaning whether she ever plays an instrument, she's got music in her blood.
But I have to love the
because what's that, Ellen? What?
But I have to love the instrument.
Well, I mean, you can do well at things you don't love. I think you said you have to love it. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, I don't agree with that. You don't have to. Sometimes life will force us to do things that we don't love. So like for my kids, I have one more kid that's in high school. The rest are in college or out of college. Now they're a little older than you are, Ellen. My youngest will be 17 on Wednesday. And my oldest is 24. But I tell my own kids, if you're only good at the things you love to do, you're not a good student. Okay? Life is not about only being able to do the things you love. Sometimes you have to put aside the things you really love to do the things that are necessary, the things that are needed. Sometimes I might want to do something, but my wife or my child or I have or whatever life needs me to do something else. Now, I may not love what I'm doing so much. Like Ellen, sometimes I have to fix toilets.
I hear you.
Yeah. That's not really something I love.
like
You got to know how to do it.
like math?
But like what?
Like school and math?
Like school and math. Yes. Those type of things. You may not love them, but you need to be good at it anyway. That is what I call a good student. Is someone who can do well and even excel at the things that aren't your favorite. Right? There are going to be times in music, believe it or not, as fun as it is right now, there will be times where you don't feel like doing it. I'm lucky enough, and your dad's the same. We've got to play a lot. You know, I've been able to travel around the world. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. I had to play gigs where I was sick, where I had to sit down the whole show. You know, there are times, as much as I love it, there are times I don't want to do it. But I do it anyway. And anytime I do it the best I know how. Every show, regardless of whether I feel like it or not, I put on a good show because I know that those people paid to see that.
Right.
And I love playing music. So even when I'm fixing a toilet, I don't love fixing toilets, but I do love the reason. I love the reason of why I do it. So in life, you'll have to do things that you don't really enjoy, but you're doing it for a bigger reason. And many times that bigger reason is other people. I'm making things better for other people. And so I can love the reason why I'm doing it, even though I may not like what I'm doing. So sometimes I don't feel like practicing today, but I'll do it anyway because the bigger purpose of it is what I love. I love the fact that I'll be better. And the fact that your dad is so good because he's practiced so much, even times he didn't feel like it, shows he didn't feel like playing. He did it anyway. And believe it or not, that's why you're so good. You're so good because of the effort and the sweat that your parents put in. Believe it or not, even the things that I've done on the bass, or Stanley Clark, or Verdine White, or Bootsy, all the things that we've done are making you better.
100%.
By knowing them.
By whether you ever know them or meet them or not, these people have shaped the way bass is played. Right? Bass has grown. The bass is only in, I think, maybe mid 70s. It's a young instrument as far as instruments go. The piano's old, drums are old, even the big acoustic bass is really old. The electric bass, as far as instruments go, it's not as old as a violin, hundreds of years. There are people still alive right now, like Chuck Rainey, who's older than the electric bass. So this is a very, very young instrument. And you know about young people or young instruments or whatever, they change and grow really quickly. So in the few short years, the few short decades that the electric bass has been around, it's changed a lot. Right? From some of the young players that first played, like Monk Montgomery, James Jamerson, of course, we know about. There's so many other names that we don't know who were the first to play the electric bass. We play it today the way we do because of how they played it.
Right.
Whether I know them or not, I'm experienced and I'm exposed to people who were experienced by them. So it makes us better. So what I'm saying is that the work that your dad has put in, the enjoyment that your dad has put in, the work and enjoyment that I've put in, it's going to affect people hundreds of years from now who will never meet us and may not even know our names. But that's how it works. The better we get, the better everyone gets. And the more you smile, the more it makes me want to smile. Yes. Yeah, just keep that smile as long as you can. Yes.
Thanks, man. That was deep.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, practice is necessary. Practice is necessary. But I say this again, like a language, the more you use it, the better you get. You'll get better faster at a language than you will sitting in a room practicing.
That's, yeah.
And music is the same way.
I was showing her an example. I asked her, like, what's the most boring exercise you can ever think of? She said, major, minor scales. And I knew that was coming because
No.
I know her, you know. No, so
Yeah.
and I prepared something for her, you know, the Nutcracker ballet.
Nice.
And that's the most simple exercise you can ever think of, right? Major scale, but it so
Yes.
I say.
Yeah, all the songs we play are made up of those scales. All the songs we play are made up of different versions of those major and minor scales. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I do with scales, there's a lot that I do with scales, but one of the things I do to make my scales fun is I try to see if can I make a scale sound and feel funky. Like if Bootsy played a scale.
I remember
if
that.
Bootsy Collins played a major scale, he can make it funky. Can I make it funky? But I also like jazz. I also like straight ahead jazz. Can I take that same scale and make it feel like a straight ahead swing song? Can I make it feel a major scale feel like a metal song or a prog sound? Can I make it feel like a bluegrass song? If I can do that with a scale, with the same scale, it lets me know that I understand what these types of songs, I understand what these styles feel like. Because in many times, and you'll see this probably as you get older, Ellen, and start learning from different people, a lot of people teach styles of music by what notes to play. Right. A lot of the times when we study jazz, the first thing they teach us are harmony, chords, and things like that. That's really, really good stuff. But if you play that harmony and those chords and it doesn't feel right, it's not going to sound right. Styles of music, in many cases, are defined by how they feel, the rhythm that they play. Right? So rhythm, especially for us, because we are in the rhythm section. Right? They don't call us the note section or the scale section. They call it the rhythm section. So our job is to make people feel something, right? When you get up to dance, you don't get up to dance because of the key of the song. You go, what key is this? Oh, that's my key. I've got to dance now. Yeah, that's my key. No, they're dancing and snapping fingers to the rhythm. So I like to take a scale and can I make you dance to it? Can I make it funky? Can I make it swing like jazz? Can I make you headbang like rock or metal or whatever? Can I play a scale that will make you cry?
Yes, you can.
You know, and make you feel it. Yes. I can play a scale that makes you cry because it sounds so bad. But that's not what I mean. No. But there's a lot of fun you can have with scales. One day we'll get online, and we'll just share some ideas. I'll show you some things that I like to do and things that I used to practice when I was your age, because I hated practicing. I like playing. But I hated practicing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can actually remember being 9 and playing.
I can, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially in my music school years. Yeah.
Well,
I hated.
Yeah.
I started with violin, and I hated every second.
Mhm.
well,
Yeah.
since I am 9, I don't remember anything.
Well, I wasn't as cute as you when I was 9.
When I'm 10, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing seeing the younger generation coming up playing stuff. So amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Just how unbelievable, really unbelievable. And just to see how fast Ellen is growing musically. It's just like magic. It's just unbelievable. I'll see a video and she's playing one thing, and then it seems like the next week she's playing all this fancy stuff, and I love that, because there's no reason in her mind, there's no reason in Ellen's mind not to be that good. Why not?
I think that's exactly what's happening, because they don't have the limits that we had.
Right. And we don't even have the limits that we have. We just think we do.
That's exactly what I'm saying. But like, I mean, I'm talking about myself, but when I was starting, I would never imagine that something that's possible is possible.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, Ellen's learning from the best, right? She's got you, she's got Bootsy, she's got Verdine, she's got me, right? Like, that's her model. Yeah. So she will get here much faster than we did.
Yeah.
And then if you keep going, you will take it further. And in about 40 years or so, you're going to be looking at these little kids and you'll be saying, wow, how did they learn so fast?
Yeah.
Because they'll be doing the same thing as you. Yeah. I remember seeing Aaron for the first time. Aaron Hovak.
Yeah.
Saying, wow, I can't play this stuff. And his is not fancy. His feel is just so good.
It's insane.
And I love it. And I hear some other young people doing fancy stuff, but they don't have the feel that Aaron had. I mean, I could hire him in a band. Yeah. I'll share one other story. I met a young kid. This was many years ago. He's older now. I met a young kid. He was introduced to me by his teacher. And this young kid played the solo to a song called Havana by Jaco Pastorius. And he played the solo, and he was very, very young. And it was amazing. But I asked the kid, I said, do you know the bass line to that song? And he said, no, I don't. I said, well, I can't hire you. I'm not going to hire you and say, hey, come play the solo. Okay, now you're done. No. You got to learn the bass parts. So I told him, the next time I meet you, I want you to know the bass part to that song. Believe it or not, the next time I met him, he knew it.
Of course.
Right. So I love people like you, Ellen, and Aaron, and some other young people who are learning to play the instrument from what I call the ground up. You're learning how to play bass first. The fancy stuff comes later. All right. But then there's another group that's learning a bunch of fancy things, but can't play September, Yeah.
Right.
So keep doing what you're doing. We're talking about practice, but whatever you're doing is working. So I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change. Just keep it fun.
Okay. Thank you very
Maybe
much.
I'm gonna get a good night's sleep, and I'm gonna dream that I was 9 again. That's gonna be very important.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Vic.
Appreciate it. Ellen, you give your mommy a hug for me, okay?
Okay, every time.
And your daddy too? Yes.
And
And
Nail?
then one for you.
What about Nail? What about Nail?
Who?
Nail. Our dog.
Is that the dog?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to give the doggy a hug. Definitely. Definitely. I don't think I've met Nail yet, have I? No. Is that us? How long have you had Nail?
1 year.
A little
1 year. Oh,
little over 1
a
year.
little over a year. All right. I have to come meet Nail. And then you'll have to come meet my dog Nala.
I met.
Yeah, you've been in Nashville.
Yes. That's right. Well, I'm happy to speak with you all.
Likewise. Likewise.
Joyful.
Anything I would say, with what you're doing, it's working. Don't change it. Just keep exposing her to it. The more you expose her to, the more she'll become.
Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right,
ma'am.
man.
Yes, ma'am.
All
right.
You have some rest, and I'll talk to you later.
I love you all. Take care, okay?
Bye.
All right. Peace. Bye-bye.